headed where the homie live, cause it's on, though. I was chasing 3 women like...
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' rangy quarterback, who played his part to perfection last week with 3 interceptions. It's the Raiders and the Armadillos, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Austin Armadillos and the Las Vegas Raiders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Right side, this is Morton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or playing the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
The numbers for Sanders last week, 15 carries, 68 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they move this all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game, and nice pass there, and now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Armadillos are on the board first here in Vegas.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
This is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on a national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise, no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done in his mind each and every time.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A first down there on a pickup at 25. They'll run with Allen. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Second and 11. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. Will try for 3. From the right hash, this from 53. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll look to throw. That swung out wide to Sanders. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll try and run forward with Sanders. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right back to Sanders on first down. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Back to throw. This is Casper catching it out right. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. The score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a carry for Allen. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. They keep it on the ground. Allen and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Now a play fake here on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
They'll come up now on second and a yard. Now back to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. They end up getting stumped twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on third and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stumping that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Looking to throw. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on fourth.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's fourth down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
They go play action here on first down. And this is incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27. They'll set up a throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, CD, you know, anytime they get close to the red zone, he is such a threat. And there he is again already, his second touchdown of the ball game.
And I know it's probably a little bit of a failing on my part, but you know I watch a game through defensive eyes, and I don't understand what the coverage was doing there. When he headed out deep, they should have adjusted and flowed towards him. Instead, they left him out there and gave him a chance to make a big play. And, of course, he did exactly that. His size, speed, and versatility makes him a top target in any game.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. 3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Back to throw here. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And taken right at the 35. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Austin's offense ready to go again.
They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that poster out there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
And an Austin 1st down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll look to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
2nd down and inches.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
That's what they have to do more defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Now let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Armadillos are able to add on to their 1st half lead.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24. So that drives 7 plays in length. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not.
2nd and 13. Out route, and it's complete to Brown.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
This will be caught once again by Brown. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down.
Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's now
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try to plan a comeback.
Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
2nd and 4.
Quick completion here to Johnson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
it leads to 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And he fires one incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33. Prater's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Khalil Herbert, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounced back from the defeat on opening weekend. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest to check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And that one is at halftime as they lead the visiting Eagles. 2 touchdown passes there for Russell Wilson. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Houston Texans. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And our statisticians got through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They stay on the ground with Allen. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. They'll drop to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now a toss play. Allen. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Here's Allen. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. He'll look to throw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They bring their punter out there now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
The Raiders now set to get the football back. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Now Allen.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Caught by Allen. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
Caught that look for me. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we're going to be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 1st down, it's Allen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Back to throw here. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now back to throw. Flushed out. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's taken to the 26.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Throw left side, complete. That's Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Now a carry for Sanders.
They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And they'll get him down right about the 20. The offense on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And a touchback here as Walker will sit on this one.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And Waller taking it in over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. His throw incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
This is Casper catching it out right. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. The throw over the middle taken in.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Complete to number 81. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Back to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Woods. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're going to look to throw. Now under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 8 yards out, and the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. They'll try and throw for it. He's got it. So they convert to 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. It's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 2nd down.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. They'll run with Sanders, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here's Sanders. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still second down.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So it's our visitors that come away with a victory here. And it was due in large part, Charles, to the play of their quarterback.
Yeah, he was in complete control of this offense. He had 3 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And to be honest, he really made it look easy out there.
So for Austin, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.